Talk to me about different brands of yerba mate. I heard Tom and Kevin debating, and there was something about like a Sisi Lala brand and actually a great brand. And what is your opinion? And I know that it's that.
Yeah, I mean, there's Kurupi, which is named after a mythical character, which is really not very reputable. So some people really love Kurupi. Even missionaries I know love the Kurupi brand. It does taste great, but if you're asking me, I would go with Campesino every time. This particular blend is called Mezcla Maestra, and it has Moriniga, Menta, Boldo, y Burrito. Burrito is like spearmint and mint. And you can get just the normal Campesino Clásica, which is just straight yerba mate. You can get it with spearmint or with mint, or you can get some with the poja, which is more of a medicinal type plant thrown into there. And then there's some of the more affordable brands like Oro Verde, and those are good too, especially if you're in a pinch and you just want some Tereré. That's not a bad choice, but if I have a choice, I'll go with Campesino every time.
And you're not paid by Campesino to say that?
I am not.
Okay. When you go out into the inland or the interior, what is most commonly drank there?
It'll be a wide range. Yeah, it'll be a wide range. I mean, typically the poorer Paraguayans drink Oro Verde, and there's another brand, and I'm forgetting the name of it. It's not coming to me. But just because they don't have a lot of money, they'll just buy the more common yerba mate. Yeah, they'll drink Campesino as well, and it's readily available, and even in the rural areas. So.
Have you run across anybody who grows their own?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And in our town where we live, San Francisco, there are neighbors that I have that are growing their own yerba mate. But from what I understand, I could be wrong about this, but from what I understand, it takes like 2 years to prepare. You gotta take the leaves and even some of the sticks and twigs with the leaves and let it dry. And that drying process takes months and even years for it to be done properly.
So it's involved like tea, where tea leaves have to be fermented and then ready to go.
Definitely.
What about moving this? Is that...
Yeah, so I mean, typically, again, with the etiquette, the server will be the one that puts the straw in its place and will even, position the guampa as he offers it to the person and hold it on the bottom so they can grab it easily. And typically, I mean, generally speaking, it is kind of bad manners for a person to take the straw, to dig it out, to move it around. So you just kind of want to leave it as is and drink it, and then hand it back.
And what about the return pass? Is it the same way, or does it matter?
I mean, there's no hard and fast rules, but it is polite to hand it back to the server so they can just fill it back up and give it to the next person. No.
Got it. And the first drink that vanishes when you put water in here first, whose is that?
Tou Santo Tomas. So Tom Stout gets laughed at sometimes for this because he's Tomas in Spanish, and the Paraguayans, it's just a saying because the yerba is so dry, you pour a full guampa's worth and it just sucks it right up. It just disappears. And so the Paraguayans have a dicho, or a saying, Tou Santo Tomas, let Saint Thomas have a drink. And it's just a fun saying that he's taken the first drink of mate, or drink of tereré.
And of all the things we talked about, what would you say is your most favorite part about this tradition?
Good question. Well, I think I alluded to it, but I love the social element of it. I just love that it's a social centerpiece around which I can build relationship with my Paraguayan friends, and even with Paraguayan strangers. You go to a perfect stranger's house, Paraguayan house, and they'll invite you into their gate, offer you a seat, sit down, and inevitably offer you tereré. And it's just another centerpiece around which relationship can take place. So, yeah. This is a side note, but we were a little bummed when we went back to the U.S. last year, after having been in Paraguay for years, to find that the Keurig machines had become so popular, because to us, Americans had taken their one and only social drink and individualized it with the Keurig machine. So you can't even share a cup of coffee.
Just for you.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, but that is what I love. It's a social drink. It's a shared drink. So.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome, Brett.